spoiled him, so he thinks the whole night's going to be like that.
No, I know better than that.
It was really
Hold. 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 Hold.
I know better than that.
Hold. Hold. Option? Check it.
I thought if I called, you were calling. See? I already
up to
can't
the
trust you.
Yeah.
Check. Check it. Check.
Yeah, it's Sunday. How you guys doing? Welcome back here to TCH Live. It is time for the tournament final table, our 7K guarantee mega stack freeze out. Again, WPT STEPS 1.
I mean, so much more exciting.
Anybody who cashes here this evening will immediately advance and then get their buy-in covered here for WPT STEPS 2 for our monthly main event, which, boy, that is just creeping right up on us. That is going to be, I believe, next Sunday, actually, just because that is the last Sunday of the month. So, hey, hopping on into the chat, say hello, hit like, hit subscribe. Rejoice here as TCH Live is back for Sunday, 16,005 hundo subscribers. Racer Nerd, Nick from Yuma, Ernesto. What's going on, boys? Good to see you back here. As it's been a while since we've had a tournament final table Sunday, at least here in Austin. We had Easter. We had the 500K guarantee final table that was happening that evening. So we're good to be back here. All right, we've got Judy back in the mix, Mr. All Pure. Mr. Chris Parks coming on in. Spilly. Here with the raise up to 15. Friend of the program, Coffee, the great legend Coffee back here again. And Spilly's going to take down the first hand as Judy with no interest in the 3 Dewey. So Brutus Poker Vlog, Sup TCH Hatters. Is that Alan? You got a new alias now here, buddy. What's going on here? So, all right, Razor Pup here with a low stack here on this table. So let's get your payouts here. Here we go. First this evening, and again, also includes the entry into WPT STEPS 2. First place going to be $2,220. Second, $1,500. Third, $1,050. And fourth, $770 dues, or dollars, as you may know. Doge coins, perhaps. We're going to make it to $1. I hope so. So, speaking of going to the moon, we got Coffee here with a raise up to 13K. Tyler going to go ahead and bow out of this one pre. So top 4 paying. We'll see who's the kind of player that is going to go ahead and try to take advantage of a situation like that. And not be afraid to go home early and maybe leverage their chips and put them all in play. So not a huge favorite at this point in time with all of these chip stacks. Yeah, just... So we'll continue here. Blinds, 2,500, 5,000. Mr. Chris Parks here. Mr. All Pure, going to go ahead and limp under the gun. So we'll continue here as loading up the chat here. Coffee now with King Queen. Going to go ahead and raise up to 13K. Kind of a smallish raise, but I think given his stack and his opponents, that he can afford to kind of size down at some of these spots and still represent the same strength. If he gets called there in 2 spots, and there you go. Big flop. Oh, my goodness. Flop flush here for All Pure. Coffee here with the open-ended royal flush draw. Obviously, All Pure here flopping the second nuts here in the spot. Coffee's only hope here is runner, full house, or the 9 of spade. And he's going to go ahead. Oh, we've got gotta be kidding me! Is this real life right now? That is so sick! Is there any way All Pure doesn't lose his entire stack here in the spot? Oh my god. Coffee gonna put in the race here with the straight flush. All Pure is gonna move it on in. There's like no way he's got it, and oh, he's gonna see the bad news. Coffee. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King of Spades is unfortunately gonna knock out our good friend Mr. Chris Parks here of All Pure, but he may not be the winner in this hand, but he will always be sanitary. And if you want to be the most sanitized person in your room, go get yourself some All Pure. I would not recommend chugging it. We have tried many times here on this program, but he might need something to wash the taste out of his mouth after that. Good gosh. We might have to put that on a separate highlight roll. Just for people to witness just what a ridiculous cooler that was. And you don't typically get that kind of hand during our tournament final table. Just the sickest of coolers. All right, well, let's keep moving on. That's unbelievable. All right. Got Coffee here limping. We'll get his hand scanned. We've got the great call of Judy. She's on the low side of things, so maybe hope that she can catch a flop here for cheap and pick it on up. I don't know if she's going to get that opportunity, though, here as Tyler with the 7 of diamonds, 7 of clubs.
3 to a flop.
Is going to put in the raise and probably should be effective. I don't know what, depending on what Coffee has. I mean, he could have a Queen Jack, Jack 10, small pocket pair kind of hand. Maybe a raggedy ace. And we will get a call as... All right, we'll see what he has. And once we go heads up. Yeah, there's a flop set here for Tyler. See if that's a board that connects with Coffee's hand any meaningful way. It doesn't look like it, so he will avoid any damage. And a flop set, a turn straight flush. Boy, we are bonkers here right off the start. So my boy, Nick from Yuma. So what you been up to this weekend? Yeah, I'm glad you're commentating any sports games this week, dude. I had 6 soccer matches to broadcast between Friday morning to Friday night, Saturday morning to Saturday night. So I was not doing play-by-play, but more the commentary and analysis, which seems to me like the funniest thing ever in retrospect that a sport I basically just started broadcasting 3 weeks ago. Kind of have an idea what the hell I'm talking about, but not really. And then put into the spot to try to analyze the state championship matches. It was kind of we had fun. We had some really, really good ones, but so we've got TCH live Monday. I think I've got a baseball and a softball game, and I think I might have to do the Thursday show since your boy AA Ron gonna be out. I think playing in Florida, so we'll see what's gonna happen with that. So. All gas, no brakes. Let's keep it going here. As not much happened in the last hand. Okay, so Alan, you're going to be coming a poker vlogger. I'll be on the lookout for that. Brutus Poker Vlog. Make sure to like and subscribe. So, oh my, we continue with.
Fun while it lasted.
We got about 8 players left. Danielle. Typically has been participating in a lot of our tournaments here, has won a number of our free rolls. Glad to see her make it here. Spilly is going to check her option. All right, Queen, Jack, open ender here for Miranda. Spilly with a weak 2 pair, but and a turn straight now here. 2 pair for Mike.
Fold. Fold. All
Miranda's still here with the best of it, and always going to be a queen here on the end. Mike here with the best hand out of the bunch. Fortunately, Miranda,
Gonna come on the flop?
As long as you get 4, you're fine.
I think on that turn card, recognizing that, hey, there is a flush out there.
Four of them, right.
I'm just going to hopefully just get a check through, so once we get here to the river, I'm not going to have to commit myself here to this hand.
It'd kill me not.
Spilly just hoping that Mike just blasting off with like an ace high, and he'll pay off these small bets, and Mike going to scoop up a decent pot there as... Okay. All right. As
raise. 15.
we proceed on throughout the month of April, again, get our high hand of the hour happening on the Mondays and Tuesdays. It's $100 high hands with rollovers from 4 p.m. to midnight. Also, Monday, National Poker Day. Members get 50% off their time here if you play here at Texas Card House all day. So a lot to look forward to here tomorrow, along with our 5-10 game. Tuesday, again, continue the high hands per the hour. We also have our $90 WPT Step 1 tournament that begins at 4 p.m. here in the afternoon. Round is Spilly. Miranda looking for a cheap flop here with the Jack 4 of clubs.
Well, the other 2 are
The other 2
Oh,
count.
that's it, okay.
He is
Or maybe you.
Now Coffee picking up pocket kings.
You're a big blind, sir.
Gonna go big time sizing here up to 105.
Blind.
I don't have aces.
Which is fine. I think with the limper there, that's... I mean, maybe you can go to like 80K, but I think he's just going to establish here to Spilly that it's, if you're going to play, it's going to be for all your chips. So, man, it's tough for him to just call here and leave himself back like 50K. Like, it's just no point. So, Coffee going to go ahead and take it down. As we continue here on TCH Live, make sure to hit that like button, click subscribe. Looks like we have got 4 tables, 1-2 no limit happening, a 2-5 table plus our tournament final table. So poker is alive and well throughout Central Texas. We are certainly seeing a lot more of your smiling faces out here. And we hope to continue so. And for the ladies, if you want to join us on Friday nights, 50% off your hourly rate here at Texas Card House. We've got our Saturday $100 second chance tournament with a guaranteed $3,000 to first place. And our following Sunday, again, are a monthly main event, so make sure to join us for that. Razor Pump going to get a walk out here in the big blind, and we will keep a move on here as... So again, 2 chances to qualify for step 2 per week. It's Sundays and Tuesdays. 2K guarantee for is on Tuesday. The 7K guarantee for is out on Sunday. If you want to support the channel here, you can also hit us up here with a super sticker or super chat. We'll give you a special shout out here on the program. All right.
2 pair, ace plays.
Folded around here now to Razor Pump.
96.5.
And it's going to show that you have to do 7, so both of these short stacks hanging on for dear life, but
Okay, so that's
still a lot of time, a lot of room to work with. Again, 25-minute levels throughout this tournament.
Yep.
Start with about a 30K starting stack. You've got a $10 dealer appreciation. It should give you a bonus 5K and a non-time bonus as well, if you make it out here on time during the first level. So We got Racer Nerd here in the chat. We got all of our favorites out here. So
Tournament for it.
invite you to tag along with us. Leave us a comment if you're watching on the archive,
Oh, what? They pulled it off.
and we will keep it rocking here for you.
Floor, tournament clock.
Update some of our payouts here as. All right, we're going to go heads up between Tyler
15,000 total.
and Daniel. No idea what what Danielle's got at this point. Do like the Fiesta style San Antonio Spurs hat here. It's sure Big Daddy Chaz would be a fan of it here as well. So Matt Benjamin, Bunce, Min Diamond, Unhurt. Oh fuck, I can't read that, but I.
I don't think you heard me the first time.
Okay,
Florida
so
live
in a run out here, Danielle here with ace high as gets checked down to the end, gonna scoop herself. Small little bitty bit pot as
Don't ask, don't tell.
follow along here with you guys. As
Okay, he knows.
if you didn't know, Bad Beat Jackpot continues to grow throughout all of our clubs. Currently, the last number reported at $24,678, but as you would expect, that that is going to be a number that continues to grow here. So
Listen, if you haven't long past your stack, you're doing fine. I'm getting close. Just from one.
I am going to type in that info here for you guys. So
Heads up.
let's see. 37 entries.
Check. Bet 15,000 an ounce. And
All right, over here to Judy. Gonna go just above a min raise on the button, hoping to steal. And Tyler's picked up a couple of ladies.
The beginning for me.
I started my shuffle before you said that. So
The lady. No, if
All right, 3-bet out here to 50.
It was before Judy got.
last hand.
And Judy,
25.
unfortunately, is going to have to lay that one down.
Double if you win the tournament with jacks.
Let's see.
I think so.
Nope, that's I got to turn my volume down here.
Yeah, there you go.
Matt Bench and Mike, you're flying solo tonight. That is usually the case, especially here on Sunday.
You're actually.
Had an invite.
Oh, okay,
Buddy of
sorry.
mine
Fold.
said he had to go to date night. Can you believe that? I was turned down for his lady, which probably the right choice. But last night I checked, Aaron was playing out in a tournament in Houston. Gonna have to scroll the gram here and see if we've got any updates. No news is generally good news. Oh, yeah, he's got chips. 55 players remaining of a 200K guaranteed tournament out in H-Town. Your boy Aaron hanging on in there. Twice the average chip stack, so let's hope for a big run here for Aaron. Right. Dun, 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 dun.
Like I double up or I go home.
As you see, the payouts right there included also here in the chat for you all.
You sat down, so all ends were.
All right. Again, the 5K Big Blind Annie. What else do we got going on here? As well, we have had some really sick streams. It looks like here this week. We've had
Bring it back, sorry.
we're starting the Saturday stream a little bit earlier because it looks like that tournament typically was beginning in the later evening, and then you get to the final table and it's like midnight. So I think for the stream's sake, starting that tournament a little bit earlier in the day will get you an opportunity to get your daily poker fix here as well. Judy going in for the ace-8 of diamonds, and she's run into a not-so-great spot here as Danielle going to make a call here on the button.
6K to go. Fold.
Miranda going to go fold. Maybe Judy hoping for a chop or an 8.
Raise, players all in.
She's got the 8 of spades here, so that might give her a slight advantage according to our boy Steamdola. Well, no potential chop outs here.
Players all in.
Oh, actually, we are going to get a chop here. Pair of 3s with a king 10
No
ace.
further action. Showdown.
Well, that's a pretty good hand.
After the board pair, Judy is going to survive.
Versus 5-6.
And I think get like half of a blind and ante here, so
Yeah.
I folded 7.
Judy survives. It is the call of Judy as always. Each Sunday, Nick from Yuma, why there's so few buy-ins? There's usually more than that, right? Yeah, this is kind of a weird time, I think, of the year. That's a lot of tournaments happening around the area. The monthly main, I think, has definitely is a little bit meatier prize pool, so I think we've seen after that first run that we get that, we'll get a lot of active participation. So it's just kind of the poker where it's just a lot of variance, I think, once we've got the player pool this size. So we're always kind of continuing looking to find people that are looking to get out of the shadows, enjoy the great game of poker. Judy here stuck in a tough spot, kind of an all-in or full moment. As we'll lay down the Jack 10 of diamonds. Tyler now going to open here in late position with ace queen.
25,000. Fold.
Nick from Yuma says, I wonder if Danielle likes the New York football Giants. You see their forearm tat. That is dedication. I love my Minnesota Vikings. I've pondered a tattoo, but it's not my style. Like
Had all 4 keys.
you never know if one day they'll do something really embarrassing and they're like, I can't follow this team anymore. It's just too bad. Well, nobody pairs out of this as Tyler's still with the best of it, but Spilly, some backdoors to a gutter ball. All right, king of spades here on the turn. Still not going to change anything, but Tyler here with the best of it. And he might be just going out here and betting it, taking it down, as it should fold out both those players. Gary K, Mike, Gary K here with the Hawkeye logo. What's up, dude? Says, Mike, you need to get these Dallas commentators up to speed on broth bombs. Send them a batch with chicken broth and try some beef broth too. Yeah, I would think like a tequila mix would go better with chicken broth than it would beef broth. That just doesn't, oddly enough, that doesn't seem like that jives. I mean, not that either one does to a degree, but yeah, I think we need to have a group meeting here with our Dallas commentators to get them up to speed on all of our inside jokes, so they're not just kind of sitting there like, what the heck, what are the chat bros talking about here this time? Nick from Yuma says, remember Billy Haywood in Little Big League? Yeah, I remember that. That was actually a decent baseball movie. I mean, it's a little bit of a ridiculous concept that the grandson of a baseball owner would pass away and then he would become the manager of a big league team as a 14-year-old or something like that. But it was actually a pretty decently done movie. All right, coffee here with the 3 deuce of clubs. Going to go out and bet. Talked to Coffee on the phone maybe about a week or 2 ago after had played on one of these final tables. Was just kind of looking for some feedback and had a really good conversation with them. So he is a funny dude. I enjoy myself some Jeff Coffee. He's a guy who has won 2 of these tournament final tables and gave him a few suggestions on things he could potentially do, but I don't think they were giant deviations from what he didn't already maybe recognize or at least was thinking aloud. But I think he may have followed some of this. So Good for coffee. All right, Judy's got a couple of kings.
Second time that works for you.
The only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Will Judy get some action? She will not, unfortunately, as
Say no to that as well.
Razor Pup with an even smaller stack cannot call with a 9 Triz.
Kiss it announced.
As we continue here, TCH Live, Sunday, as Richard Allworth, stop spamming, please. I don't know what you mean, but I'm not sure I understand, but. All right, next stand as we continue.
Raise 18,000.
When are the face diapers going to go away? Probably never. They're a fashion staple now. They're a part of us now. And
The best of things.
I like it because then I can hide all my facial expressions so you just can't see my contempt. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, obviously I'm kidding here. So Judy with some kings and the short stack, Mike raising. We'll see.
Players all in.
As I think Tyler helping with some change for the small blind there. As see if Judy just decides to go ahead and put it in. Back-to-back kings. It's a really big shove in proportion
I didn't forget that.
here to Mike's stack as
That's their line, but me.
back-to-back kings. And Judy going to win herself some blinds and nannies. And as we continue here, TCH Live Sunday edition. So we've got 6 shows a week here with our Sunday tournament. Monday 5:10, Tuesday in Dallas 5:10, 20. 40, 80. Well, I mean, it's just make up your own blinds in that game because that's just been absolutely bonkers. So, and kind of wild card Wednesday. We've seen a variance of games. Seen some Big O's, seen some PLO's, seen some 2-5.
Yeah, 3,000.
Thursday, 2-5, no limit match a stack here at Austin. And if you ever want to get on the list for that game, again, email TCH live list at texascardhouse.com. Or else you can text 512-843-1971. So Mike picking up the ace-king offsuit. Tyler, one of the big stacks here on the final table. See if he opts to just call or could potentially put in a 4-bet here to put Mike all in. But it's not a big 3-bet that. Oh wow, he is going to fold pre. So he probably realizes here that he's still got Danielle to act, who is going to make the call here pre. Yeah, this could be some really bad news here for Danielle as she leads at it. King of spades for the back door is not going to work either. Mike has her dominated here with the ace of spade. Mike going to shove, Danielle going to call, and she is going to have to hit one of the remaining jacks available. Or she is going to be whittled down. So it's kings and sixes with an ace good here for Mikey. And he will go ahead and get the full double. Gary K, sadly, with all the craziness in the Twin Cities, there are a lot of Vikings and Twins fans that are swearing to would never go to a game there again. Well, it's not like you can really go right now, but Twins, I think, are getting more people in there. It's a weird time, that's for sure. But I mean, I've known people like that all my life that's been their response to everything. It's like, I'm never going to watch, and then all of a sudden they're right back there in the next week complaining about the coach or the referees or something like that. So I generally take kind of that stuff with a grain of salt because angry fans are never going to be reasonable as to like, oh, well, I don't want to get into it here, but okay, we'll continue here as Mike getting a double up here through Danielle as they both flop top pair, and we'll keep on keeping on. Life's a garden, dig it. Yes, everybody who cashes will also have their entry into the Step 2 monthly main event, which is next Sunday. Ricardo was our first winner, and he has advanced to Step 3 to the semi-annual event. So if you want to be the second, join us next Sunday. So as we see our stacks here, Razor Pup has just had absolutely nothing to play. Judy, Miranda, and Danielle with less than 16 big blinds, but still in the hunt as.
It's gonna be when we don't have to wear these anymore.
That's all right. What else have we got going on? Yeah, and as always, if you happen to be traveling into Dallas, and
And I can't read anybody
I think
else's
they have
emails.
got a separate, it's Dallas at TexasCardhouse.com if you want to try to get
This time they're getting this.
into those streaming games as well.
Did you really?
I'm getting the news.
Tournaments every day, so if you want to see what those schedules are,
I know.
TexasCardhouse.com has got you covered. Jeez, criminy. I keep hearing just how absolutely ridiculous it is up there, and it's not hyperbole. Like it's 2 Big O tables, 1 PLO, 5, 2, 5, 7, 1, 2.
You just start going places where
Action is flowing up there,
Well,
so
like the rest of Texas and Florida.
it's certainly the same here for us here in Austin. So
Like just leave Austin and you don't.
Pablo Escobar, is this live or pre-recorded? This is live. We're on about 15-minute delay, I think, for this. About 15 to 20-minute delay.
I'm over it at this point. Don't get me wrong.
But join us here with the chat pros. Hit the like button. Let's see if we can get up to over 100 here this evening.
After all, I
And
did live in
continue
New
here
York.
on the favorite channel. As
6 months.
Why'd
7
you
months.
come down here?
yeah, there's a scary situation here in Austin.
Yeah, I actually.
I don't know if I really want to get too much into it, but active shooter
I was working
is
remote.
probably like 5 miles down the road from here, so that's gathered a lot of headlines here today. They're still trying to find this guy, but
Travel's gonna be so much worse.
Hey, at least I'm not from California.
we're in a safe place here, though. So
Anyone who is, but I heard that people, Texans don't like.
apparently, it was a former Travis County Sheriff's Office detective.
All
So
the New Yorkers go south.
a really bizarre story here, and
Big blind gets a walk.
Wow.
here we go. We'll have Spilly shoving here with Ace Queen. Miranda stuck in a tough spot here that it's
Stay in her first round.
would actually leave her with a half of a blind if she decided to call off on the spot. And this is
That's a way to get revenge.
Verbal fighting.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna see the cards first and then we'll see.
gonna ponder this one here as
Yeah?
Spilly with an under the gun shove
Good luck, Colin.
does represent a fair amount of strength, but Ace Jack is like right at the margins of kind of a hand maybe you'd want to consider calling off. It's just
It would have been great if I had the cards to do it.
it's much more comfortable to be the player that's shoving in these spots versus the one that's calling off all their chips. And there are going to be scenarios where when you get shoved on and you have Ace Jack, you're absolutely calling based on some of the opponent's tendencies, stack sizes. But, you know, Miranda can still afford to kind of hang around and maybe look for a better opportunity, which
Look at the face card, it has like a 4.
all right. John Rager, I'm a few beers in, jamming on some tunes, watching the stream as always. That was me last night, man. It was a grind this weekend. 6 soccer matches
Necessarily want you to win, I didn't want you to
out in Georgetown. I actually almost stopped by that Georgetown club in between matches too. So, but nonetheless,
you have it ready to check
Gearing up for grind week here, and certainly had me a few adult beverages after quite a heck of a week here. Citizen West just started following you on Instagram. Mike, your dog is adorable. Yeah, he seems to be in that belief too. So, all right, Miranda's patience pays off. Razor Pup, a desperate shove for the last of his 33.5. Just never picked up a hand here, and Miranda here in agony, hoping it doesn't get unlucky, and still some hope. It's either a 5 or a 6, and it's going to fade. Aces going to pick up a decent pot and knock out a player here at the same time. So good news for all, I think, outside of Razor Pup that was knocked out here in 8th place. Is now down to 7.
Call. Showdown.
We'll continue here on TCH Live as Ernesto The Way, Nick Mumis, Demi Duncan. ATX Poker did me a huge favor this Friday. I needed somebody to go pick up my dog from daycare. He volunteered, stepped up to the task, was happy to do so. So, not seeing him too much here in the chat streets, but absolutely, that's appreciate the kind words. Yesterday was actually 1 year to the day his adoption was official, so I got him originally as a foster April 1st, and then April 17th of last year, the paperwork was all good. We were good to go forever. Here we go. Judy with a raise up here with Ace Judy. And we'll go ahead and take it down. Gary K. Mike, is there a TV on the wall behind the dealer? So what's shown on it during play? Chip counts. There is not a, not behind the dealer, to the right of the table as you see it here. There is a monitor that's going to have the tournament clock and the payouts and all that stuff. There is another table that is above. We would sometimes put the tournament final table. I'm not sure if, and I mean, William Lottie would practically break his neck trying to watch all the hands in between it, so I don't know if there's something that is still done, but typically it's a game. Usually you got football, basketball, or anything that's happening right now, so. I know Texas was playing in the Sweet 16 for women's volleyball. I was watching that earlier before I got here. So I think they won 3-1, so they might be going to the Elite 8, which is... We've got Austin FC. It's a really good time here, man. Sports is thriving. We'll have a lot to follow. I think they're going to have the first home match for Austin FC in, like, middle of June. So they're just going to be on the road here for a while. All right, as we continue, 7-handed, top 4 pay.
I don't particularly want her to have that shit.
Richard Allward, is this a daily tournament or does it give tickets to a main for WPT? Again, this is WPT Steps 1. There are 4 steps in this WPT series. Step 1, which you're seeing here, is our weekly tournament, Sundays and Tuesdays. This is a 7K guarantee freeze-out tournament. Step 2 is our monthly main event. It's the last Sunday of every month. It's a 20K guarantee, single re-entry. Step 3, and that is if you win Step 2, the winner advances to Step 3 for the semi-annual main event. Which, if you win that tournament, that leads to our WPT Steps Championship, which is going to be on a cruise in October. All right, Mike versus Coffee. Coffee here going to make a bet here to 20K. Mike absolutely going to continue here with top pair, top kicker. Turn is going to be a jack here, so Coffee will get the check back. try to draw to a straight. He's going to brick out here on the end and see. Well, after that king flopped, he was in a pretty tough spot. So, not Killer Mike. Going to go out and scoop that one. Brutus Poker Vlog.
You put your orange
Uh-oh.
to the front, please.
Step 1, get a box. Step 2, cut a hole in the box. I don't even know if I want to know step 3. That is just leading here to a potential disaster. So if you want to understand how the WPT steps work in more detail, just check out our website, texascardhouse.com. Go through the steps. Yeah, the
That is how it works.
texascardhouse.com/WPT-steps. And that will show you, well, just where else you can participate besides here in Austin.
I did that plenty of times.
Carolyn question.
Yeah. Then again, you're a bigger
I know
stacker, so I
generally,
don't know.
final table you
Yeah, I
call
lost all my
your own
money to
price,
this
but
guy.
for live streams, you have to wait for
He did, and we had the table together and everything.
Judy now here with a button raise.
Should we give him a stern talking to?
We should. I feel like we should. Plenty.
raise 20,000.
All right, over here to Danielle and Judy. Danielle's going to outflop Judy. Flopping top pair, shipping it in.
Oh, yeah. By miles.
Should be pretty straightforward here for Judy, but I think just kind of staring at this.
All right, guys, this is going to be the last.
And maybe
one.
the hopes that she's got an over, maybe some overcards, maybe check out the price of the pot, which 2-1 here with what kind of odds she's drawing to. I imagine she is going to just muck this, but we're at least going to give it some thought here before she pitches this here.
Doesn't stay there very long, does it?
Nick from Yuma says, my Knicks won in overtime versus the Pelicans today. How about those New York Knicks? Still hanging in there strong, man. Very proud. Happy for all the Knicks fans who've been living in agony here for so many years. And you're 58 games into it, 4 games over 500. Let's go Knicks. It's just better for the league when the Knicks are good. Matt Benjamin, my Buckeyes won their spring game yesterday. I was pleased. Yeah, I saw at least one really good catch there by Garrett Wilson. Went up at a high point of the ball. Like that guy's gonna be so good. So Lake Travis guy, local Austin kid. All right, here to Danielle and Mike. Mike gonna check his option here.
No, he told me to take care of her. I said, all right, I got it.
I'll find your bride here in a minute.
Both players flopping a gut shot. 2 different versions, 1 to an 8, and 1 to a 7. Mike might be able to get this one through here with a bet. Danielle just doesn't have much to call with. This is a little bit deeper. Maybe she could kind of take a card off and maybe see if she can take down the hand on a later street, but just does not have enough flexibility to try to defend there in that spot. So, all right, as we continue.
Yeah, as long as they both got the white dot at the same time.
All right, hey, so our boy Lottie went out to Vegas this week, and he was happy to report there were people out there that recognized him from TCH Live. He almost won a trophy. That was his long goal, is to win a tournament and actually bring home a piece of hardware. He was closer to it, but I was happy for him that he was able to go out there and people know who he is because he is a legend. I imagine probably still taking part in the action out there in Las Vegas. All right, over here to Mike is the call of Judy with a raise up here to 12K. Mike gonna put in a teensy tiny small 3-bet. Judy now will make the call, just getting a really small price. So it's gotta be a stack to posh ratio of under 1. So 774.
Bet 75. Fold.
Judy at any point wanted to just take this pot away. She could definitely rip into it, but I think definitely fearing some of the paired hands she might get looked up with in the spot. And all right, it's checked in the end. Judy, you're gonna go for it. Go for it! Woo! That's our lady, Judy, getting it done. Yes. Way to go. I'm not even sure why I chose that one, but nonetheless, we will continue here on TCH Live. If you'd like to throw us a super chat or a super sticker, we would certainly appreciate that. Donate here to the stream, because freedom isn't free, so toss in your $1.05. I've been kind of sitting on that one, waiting for the right moment to use it. So, nonetheless, we'll continue here on TCH Live. Judy surging up the chip stacks. And Spilly, and Miranda here in the mix. As Tim Sullivan, I got recognized yesterday, but it wasn't from playing poker. It was from a wanted poster. Still.
22,000.
And Spilly going to go ahead and rip at this. As Miranda had a slightly better pair, or excuse me, a slightly better kicker with her pair of sixes. But it is kind of an awkward spot. As presuming that Spilly probably can have some better queens. And we'll continue here. Nick from UMS says, what the hell was that, Mike? Well, I got to promise, they're not going to be all awesome, but Sunday is always kind of like my testing ground to see if some of these make sense or some of these work or not. I don't know. I might have to start following Michael Jordan's advice.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
I'm really going to have to follow that. Blind versus blind. Coffee going to take it down. Queen Judy, says Jaden Walker. Thought I saw Hillbilly in here earlier. I tried to give him a shout out, but that might have been my imagination here as well. That's all right. Heavy Barrage. Hi, Mike. Cool Tunes. D-Set Media Production. What's going on, bro? What is going on? What is going on? It's over to Tyler. Mike now here with a standard raise in the hijack with a raise up to 18K.
Raise 20. Fold. Fold. All in. 59.5.
All right, Mike is going to take it down as Judy will not defend out of the big blind. Matt Benjamin is surprised Garcia isn't here, but he's probably having his latest restraining order from Nancy framed. That's probably a very likely scenario. What our favorite chat pro is doing. You too can be a chat legend. Join us here. You can leave us a comment if you're watching on the archive, but the one number one way you can support our channel is bang home that subscribe button, bang home that like button for your boy Mikey, the lady Carolyn. I think we're going to have Robert Pape here in the studio tomorrow night to break down the action, which our 5-10 games have been really, really good here as of late. So, I don't know. There hasn't been very many bad weeks. We don't tend to miss with some of these lineups. I think last week when I was talking with the guys that, that might have been one of the tougher lineups that you'll get out of this local scene, plus or minus a handful of players. But all right, here we go. Judy with a couple of aces, Tyler with a couple of queens. All right, it is time for chaos here.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm. Wait. Everybody, calm down.
All right, here we go. Judy with a chance to get the full double. Tyler has shipped it in. You got a couple of aces versus a couple of ladies. As chance here for Judy to double up and then some, up to 236,000 if she can fade the queens. As so far so good. No backdoors, no straight draws, and an ace on the river by Barry Greenstein. Judy going to be now up to 236,000 as the crowd goes wild. As we continue here on TCH Live, this is what the people were looking for. We're ready to see Judy win this tournament here this evening, right? It's no Big Daddy Albert, but I think the two people's champions of our TCH live chat. So, Ed Barrage, Mike Etnick. Mike starts here, moves to ESPN, gets some serious radio show. We knew him when. Yeah, I don't try to think in terms, like, I like living here. I'm not in any kind of mood to just go, like, let's go up to the top. Like, hey, I like it here in Austin, here for the time being. Enjoy what I'm doing. Continuing to kind of keep getting better. So, hey, maybe you turn 40, that day comes along. Hey, you got enough experience under your belt and capitalize on that and continue to grind this show. All the other things here amongst, boy, the Austin area. Fantastic weekend here. Nick from Yuma, I actually can't stand Joe Buck. I used to be kind of in that boat. I think it was really easy to hate Joe Buck at first because it's like, oh, he's a son of a broadcaster. He's kind of dry. He's not, kind of comes off as a little bit smug. And I don't know, over the years, it got to a point where I was just like, I can't continue to hang on to any rage towards a broadcaster just because of that Randy Moss thing. So, yeah, I've listened to a lot of. He's a very human person and a lot of really good advice that I think kind of actually helped me with this show, just of like dealing with negativity and just kind of recognizing what it is and like, okay, hey, if Joe Buck kind of sits there and thinks the same way I do on some of this stuff, then that can be helpful. So. Nick from Yuma, maybe you'll end up at Bristol one day and be my neighbor. Won't you be my neighbor? That would be certainly hilarious. I'm not in any rush to go to Bristol, Connecticut, though. I love it here. This is, weather's fantastic, 11 months out of the year. Pretty healthy and active dating scene here amongst us. It's a really good quality of life around here in Central Texas. So, one day. So, all right, 3K, 6K, big blind ante. The set media production. We used to believe that experience is everything. Now it's not what we know, it's who we know. Yeah, and some people don't like that. I mean, it's also, it's a relationships game, so if people trust you, they're more apt to look out for you and say, like, okay, this person is legit, and it's not quite a meritocracy to a degree. So I have benefited. I have not benefited from either way, so I can't complain about it. But I've also have slightly benefited from it in some respects. But that is the way she goes. Spilly. Gonna go ahead and take it down. As we continue here on our Sunday night program that you all know and love here, TCH Live. Keep banging home that like button. Let's go.
Do you want to pay the bubble?
Yeah, I'm good with paying the bubble because I'm probably.
All right.
I'm good, are you?
Yeah. Okay. What are we going to pay the bubble? Or like they're buying.
I think we had somebody here mentioning that Christopher says, I'm moving to Spring, Texas. My goal is for you guys to know my name. Well, I know your name now. You don't have to move to Spring, Texas to do that.
And take it a goodie off each.
You absolutely don't have to.
Floor live stream.
All right, Danielle here with pocket tens, not opting to shove, is just going to put in a small raise, maybe hope to gather some action, and
Floor live stream.
we'll see if, Spilly, with not many chips himself, excuse me, is gotta go ahead and pick that one up here on Texas Card House Live, your favorite poker program, each and every Sunday. As we'll figure out what we're gonna have here in the lineup. I'm really hoping we get coins back here in the mix here soon. So if we got coins tomorrow, coins is gonna be here. That is a level up. Well, at least we expect coins to be in the house. So that always makes for a better game. He is just like throwing a wrench into the system. It's just kind of a curveball for a lot of these guys that everybody loves coins. It's a great man. So speaking of guys people like, Mr. Coffee here at the chip leader with 309K. Vying for that top prize of $2,200. Christopher Steck, well, I want some of that poker money. I hate spread limits. That's all I have here. And don't want to move to Vegas because the action isn't always multi like Texas. I'm a big fan of Texas poker. Yeah, we are seeing really absurd numbers along the streams. Just people just can't get enough of Texas poker. There are so many people that I think wish some of the action was as wild as it can be here at times, which, yes, I think it is absolutely a part of it, but there's nuances, and some tables are more action than others, but you do not have to go far to find some good tables. So, all right. All right, we got the return of dealer Jordan, the Rooster, back here in the box. So we're gonna zip through some of these hands.
The payout.
Judy here is the big blind and posting. And Danielle here with the Queen 10 offsuit. Does blind's now 4K, 8K as we've had another level jump. Nick from Yuma, do you have a hookup at the discount tire next door? No, but it's occasionally we'll have some people that'll come in and like buy a drink out of the fridge or go to our vending machine or anything like that. But They've not told us anything specifically of like, hey, are you a TCH employee? Get a discount on some tires, yeah. Because it's already there in the title. They're already giving you a discount. Why would they further do that for us? All right, Mike here with a raise up to ace king. Judy going to call with pocket sevens. Danielle here with queen 10. Here we go. All spades and a set here for Judy. Mike here with the ace of spades. Judy with middle set. Danielle has bricked on this flop. And puts out a really big bet here. And this is going to be a forehead scratcher here for Mike. What do you do in this spot? You get led into almost a pot-sized bet after being the pre-flop raiser. Are you going to try to rip it here with 2 cards to come? You could sit there and think, maybe there are some scenarios where maybe if I do get looked up, my ace or king may be live. But little does he know, the call of Judy with pocket sevens. And he's going to go ahead and lay it down and turn it face up. Wow. Judy not wanting a spade to roll off and potentially wreck her hand. I don't dislike that strategy. I mean, you're going to have a better feel for what Mike might do there. I would think as the pre-flop raiser that he may come out and bet some of those spots there just as like a C-bet, just as a pretty standard move. And then I think you can maybe do the check raise all on and get a little bit more. But Judy will go for the equity denial spot and just says, all right, there's enough chips out there that I don't want to lose out on maximizing my chip position here without, being able to protect my hand in such a way that, okay, well, maybe I'm going to miss out on some times where I don't get the full max, but at this point, why don't I just take it down here? So coffee on the button. That's our boy Coffee getting it done. So Brutus says, how do you fold to 1 bet? Yeah, this is getting into that spot here once you're down to 7 players. I think you might start making tighter. We do sometimes see less risk-averse decisions around the bubble. It is the one player that could totally do damage to a stack. So when you're looking around at this table full of, all these other short stacks, I think what's probably going through his mind is that I don't necessarily want to blast off on this and totally miss out on a chance to, at least get inside the top 4. All right, Spilly. Jamming with pocket 10s. We'll see if he gets any action. It will not. Hey, thank you. So Jedi Master Ted dropped off this thing I think he found at like a garage sale or a yard sale or a rummage sale. It's like the office talking keychain. Oh, wow, this.
Just so you know.
Thank you, Jedi Master Ted. That's pretty awesome. You guys are probably not going to be able to hear it very well, but. All right. Brutus says no need to blast off. You can call 1 bet, hit nuts or miss, decide then. Yeah. Like, I don't disagree with that. Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to take you inside what he might be going through his thought process, whether or not that is the correct move. Yeah, I'm probably more apt to want to call in that spot, but all right, Coffee had put in a Small raise to 20K. Danielle here with 7s and a big flop here for Coffee. Pairs a 9 and makes the flush here on the end. So Coffee just mowing him over as unfortunately Danielle eliminated in 7th place. 2 more eliminations and we are in the money here on our tournament final table here on TCH Live. Nick from you and Mike. When's the last time you played poker? I think it was literally when I played that Thursday cash game on TCH when it was 1-3. I think that's literally the last time I played. There might have been a free roll or something I might have jumped into, but I'm typically working Wednesday, so I don't play the free roll here. And I've thought about the Saturday one, but I've just been so exhausted that I just generally have been spending the weekends in bed or just trying to relax, or sometimes with the lady. All right. Reese B, is TCH hiring any positions for the summer? I don't, or possibly remote. I don't know what remote positions we could possibly have. I mean, generally, dealers, cage, hosts. We are always typically looking for great help in all of our rooms. Miranda, though, here with top pair. Judy going to try to play aggressively here in position. And Miranda going to play this slow. It doesn't have much left. Does give Judy a gutter ball here to a jack. And 8 ball here on the turn. So Miranda here with the best fit. Still playing it slow. Here with the 3rd heart coming out.
Perfect.
Call 23. Heads up.
She may try to go. Gonna see Miranda has like 26,000 or no 30,500 left in chips, so we'll just go ahead and check it down. So Miranda now going to be sitting with 119K with blinds, 4K, 8K, so going to help her survive. Hey, nice job, Brutus Poker Vlog. 2nd in an online tournaments. He was playing out here in the 500K guarantee flight. I get to deal a few hands here to him, so congrats, Alan. Matt Benjamin mentioning the 7s hand versus Mike's Ace King. Yeah, in a cash game, you're absolutely calling. You're just never folding in a deeper stack cash game. But on the bubble, big stack versus big stack, some players may be more apt with a chunky bet like that to not decide to continue. So whether or not that was the correct decision, I'm not sure, but I can at least understand his logic as to why he would have just decided to open fold. I wouldn't have shown it, but I don't think that's kind of information you really want to convey. But yeah, some people are more friendlier than others. And all right, here we go. We've got Judy, who would have raised, Mike would have called, and Mike here with 3 to a straight flush and a gutter ball. Fan Fanatics says, hey TCH, thanks for the great content. Hey, you're welcome. Hammer home that like button for us. Number one way to say thank you. So Judy puts out a C-bet here to 15K. Mike with a sneaky raise in position. Okay, actually, Judy C-bet after being the pre-flop raiser, then Mike deciding to raise up in position, and we'll shoot Judy off the hand. We'll continue on TCH Live. Oh, wait, we got a Rampage mentioned here from Nick from Numa. obligatory. God damn it. I should have played twice, but. All right, Judy here with an ace. We've seen her play these spots kind of aggressively, but I like the mixing it up here.
45.
Coffee here with King. Spilly shoving with the Jack 10. Everything going Coffee's way here this evening. And a chance to knock out another player here. Here we go. Can Coffee fade a Jack 10? Maybe it's backdoor straight out. So a 9 is live and not going to hit it. There's kings and sixes with a queen. Way good for Coffee. Dominant chip leader right now. This man is a machine. 478K. Let's go. Rob P. I just watched rewatched the Matt Lou 16K video with Wes Cutshaw. What happened to Matt Lou? Does he not play anymore? He ran like a god that session. I asked a few people, and I think he has been like hardcore quarantining for his family. I think he's still around the area, but just maybe taking a break from poker. He was a college student at that time, so sometimes we see guys like that kind of transition into a professional life or focused on something else. But Wes had posted on his Facebook that he's getting closer to being able to come back because he's gotten the vaccine. I think his wife's gotten vaccinated as well, which the thing I didn't know when I had Wes, before I met him, that his wife works for a lady that's from my hometown in Iowa. There's a teacher out there in that same school district. So some of my family friends out there in Houston knew Wes just as the guide, not necessarily the poker player. So that was kind of neat. But Wes is still posting. He's still doing. He's doing coding, and he's running. He's been working on an app that sends out mass text messages here for poker rooms to get games lined up in order. So Tyler had a raise pre. Judy had called. They made it here to showdown. Judy picking up a little showdown value with the 4, but still well behind the 7, says Tyler. Going to scoop it. As we are on the bubble. Miranda, or short stack here with 14 bigs. Coffee, the dominant chip leader here at this point. We continue. Nick from UMass says, I can't wait to see Wes's fat wrists. Wes said he lost some weight, I think. Yeah, there were 2 different types of people this pandemic. There were some people that went completely, I'm going to fix my health habits. I'm going to, I'm going to meal prep with all this time I might have at home and exercise a little bit more. And there are folks like me that went the other direction, that it's just like, oh, wait till I'm vaccinated to step on into a gym and start getting it after it again. And that is my running joke every day. So I'll go to the gym tomorrow. Yeah, that's when I'll go do some working out. D-Set Media Production. I wish that every TCH and other commentators are like you, man. Interactive, respectful, fun, BS free. Thank you for being you. So much success to Joe Stapleton to get some lessons from you. I used to listen to Joe Stapleton way back before anybody knew who Joe Stapleton was. Like, he had been kind of in the poker media scene in like 2005, 2006, and started doing the podcasting stuff with like Gavin Smith and Haralabob, Joe Seabach. They put out some fantastic comments. So I've not actually and I think some of the stuff that like Joe Stapleton does is not necessarily kind of like within this format where it's a little bit more intimate, a little more. We've had a long understanding. And who knows how fatigued he is on poker stuff after
Getting this close to raising. I really did.
15 plus years of.
Getting this close to raising.
That was the learning thing. Like Joe was not a poker player either. He was a really good comedian that I think had opened for like Norm Macdonald, and I've seen some of his stuff. He is a seriously funny dude. I just listened to his Two Jacks and the Whole podcast he used to do with Scott Huff. That was fantastic. All right, Judy flops a 9 with a better kicker. Mike here with a 9 triz, not a believer. And we'll just open fold on the old Heart King High board as Hamoud Al-Sad. Hey, I'm watching from Iraq. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, man. But the set media, yeah, I mean, I think we all do a really good job here. Aaron's been having some really good shows. I think like a lot of people, when you're really analytical into the side of the hands, it's tough to stay in that mode, read the chat, and try to digest all of it that's happening there. And I commend him because I think he's done really well with that.
28,000 straight.
Some of the TCH Dallas guys, and Ben Kirby's doing really well. Some of the other guys are still kind of learning what it's about and cutting their teeth open with it. So you're not going to hear me sit there and bash other people. Like it's one thing to be where I'm at, where I've been doing this since I was 17, and for somebody else that might just be doing it for the first couple of times, like you're going to have bumps in the road, and if you're going to expect that you're going to have, what I'm just saying is just be grateful, be cool, and, let people learn and evolve. So here we go. We got to raise on up. The set media, Joe Stapleton, has turned into a grumpy old man full of sarcasm and disrespectful tendencies. I don't know. I haven't seen a ton of stuff that he's commentated on. Every once in a while, I like to run it up Reno, and I'm like, yeah, he's fine. Like, those Jack Deuce here between Coffee and Tyler. Coffee going to call in position, trying to potentially win this hand at a later straight. Or check call, and then we'll lead here on the queen, so I got the positions wrong. Coffee floated, pairs up his hand, and now it's going to bet into Tyler, who does turn a Broadway draw. Getting like 4-1 to call. And a jack here on the end, so a boat. Here for Coffee, going to go bet on it, and a frustrating fold here for Tyler as we continue here on a TCH Live. Rob P. Mike, thoughts on Buc-ee's? Largest gas station. I know it's off topic. Just seen a YouTube on it, and it's in Texas. The food. LOL. Buc-ee's is, it is a foundation of the entire state of Texas. This is like the 3 branches of government: is Whataburger, Buc-ee's, and HEB. These are the 3 things that make our state go, I think, here for the most part. Love Buc-ee's. It's 45. You'd be hard-pressed to find anybody who doesn't at least kind of enjoy the fact of how massive it is no matter where you go. There are some, like, really just kind of small convenience store types, but they're almost always worthy of a stop if you've got the time. And usually, if I'm making a long road trip back to Iowa, that's usually where I stop. But good restrooms, generally good food you can get in a hurry. Tons of souvenir, touristy crap that people eat up, and very clean and nice places. So I know everybody here in Texas knows the deal. All right, here we go. We've got Coffee here with a raise up on the button. 25K Judy. Just going to flat here, though. Now Tyler might be pushing it all in here on the bubble. We'll see. As he's going to shove here for 95K. We'll see if Coffee decides. Does he want to continue with this? Fold, Coffee. You can do it. I know you can fold. I know you can fold. He is going to fold, and this should bring it back here to Judy, which we're going to go flipping.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know, I had to look again, I was remembering my previous hand.
Straight flush draw.
And a straight flush
Those
draw.
straight flushes are pretty sick.
Yeah.
All right, here Ace King versus Pocket Sevens. Here we go. Still good here for sevens. Potential counterfeit outs, and got a brick here on the end for the call of Judy. Tyler has doubled up as Miranda and Judy now these short stacks here. Tyler going to survive as we still remain five-handed. Again here in the chat. Let's see, Cristiano Harmano. I'm from near the Chi-Town region. I just got a job as a dealer at the local games. Excited to be surrounded by a lot of poker action. Maybe I'll be dealing at the big games one day. Ha ha! Exclamation! Oh, that's good, man. When I played in Iowa City, I knew a couple of guys there said that they drove from like 2.5 hours just to work at that card room, south of Iowa City. So imagine the money's good enough that worth the travel as Miranda raises up front here with a King 10 suited. Mike here with the 6-4. Going to go ahead and defend.
The payouts are pretty simple. I just like seeing like tournament average.
All right.
They still had it at 8.
Fold.
Decent flop there from Mike. 9 ball here on the turn, though, as Miranda has played these relatively passively in some of these spots. And, yeah, as a short stack here on the bubble, I think it's been kind of understandable. It's just not a lot of wiggle room. It does pair up her hand. So looking for a little bit of value would get looked up here, and unfortunately not going to get it because Al T, what's up from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada? Excellent. Thanks for joining us. Jedi Master Ted, is there a short road trip to Iowa? Yeah. Gary K, Riverside, absolutely. I'm looking forward. I think that's one thing I want to do is I want to get vaccinated during the summer. Go home to Iowa, visit family, get out of the Texas heat, get back into the Iowa heat where it's a little more, where it's not quite as bad. Go visit my family. It's been, my dad came down here in like November or so, but been too long since I've seen my mama. So once the sports season comes to a close, I think plan on making a trip on home. As Ace 7 Queen here between Tyler's Kings and Miranda's 9-8. I think Tyler can probably bet this comfortably, realizing that I don't think Miranda is going to call very light, so can kind of assess her range pretty quickly. And going to go ahead and take it down. All right, what's going on, Jordan Patrick? What's going on? As Space City Stunts have put out the trivia questions. And how many Buc-ee's are there? Says there's only 39. That's still a lot of Buc-ee's. There are big places that somebody had also mentioned that they like the Loves place. Yeah, those aren't bad, too. You'll see those along the interstate as well, especially when you go up I-35. But I don't know if you guys ever remember. Because, okay, I'll go back to this little anecdote after this hand here. Is coffee raising with Jack 10.
Until the river. Yeah, I know, that's crazy.
It did, but
I feel like you missed an opportunity there.
Has totally missed.
See if I can-
No, I only give it my big one so many times before I get a little aggravated.
I had enough equity in that.
He's going to go C-bet at this, and Miranda is going to go lay it down.
Is that right? I think so. I don't know names. I'm pretty proud of myself.
So if you guys remember a bunch of years ago, LeBron was still playing for Cleveland. They're playing Oklahoma City. And the lady that owns those Love's truck stops just went berserk at LeBron in the front row of OKC's front row here. Damn it, that was not loud enough. You're not going to be able to hear it. So
Right. Which is
see if I can get one loud enough.
no re-raise with
This is a billionaire here, lady. God dang, I'm sorry, guys. But it was like she just like screams like "suck it up, LeBron" after he gets like a technical in a game against OKC, and that is the most Karen of all Karen moments of all time. Well, Judy has just flopped the everlasting nuts here as flop flush here with a royal flush redraw. Mike just with some rando aggression, hoping maybe to be able to blast out both of the smaller stacks here. This is not going to work. Not going to work one bit. All right, this is a bet and a call. Judy's setting the trap. See if Mike tries to continue here, and he is going to try to fire. I'm not sure what's exactly going through his head here in the spot, as maybe trying to think that he can get Judy off a weak king or a second pair. Little does he know, she's got him absolutely crushed, and now he's put such a bet out here. It's 17K more to call, but he is drawing absolutely dead. Absolutely dead. As Judy going to go ahead and take it down as wins it without showdown, and that is a little bit more like it here. As I think many people have wanted Judy to kind of take that kind of approach with the flop set of sevens hand, but in the end, it worked out here for her. Okay. Space City Stunts, no doubt. Loves operates over 500 locations. I never knew that, but that's hilarious. Yeah, you can look it up. It just search "suck it up, LeBron," and you'll see this crazy lady here in the front row that just is screaming at LeBron James after he gets a technical. It is still one of the funnier things. There's a lot of really good NBA sideline stuff, or somebody's not paying attention and they just get smacked with a basketball. Some of it is obviously a little more cringe show. Anyway, Fanatic says go Judy. Mikey Luke, Mikey lighting hips on fire. Let's go.
Ready, make it 25.
Judy here with pocket kings. Tyler with trash. And the the pocket kings, the ace magnets continuing as maybe a bluffing card here for Tyler, but
I think it was small raise, you'll re-raise them.
Judy not going to allow her to be able to do so. M. Lopez, you've asked this question. I've posted the answer here in the chat. So, step 2 is our monthly main event, which is a $335 tournament. And the only way you can get into step 3 is if you win step 2. So, we've got our Tuesdays, 2K guarantee. That's a $90 buy-in. And our Sundays is $165. So, Richard Allward, my local Loves, sells a full suit of armor. Yeah, that is kind of the weird things about some of these truck stop gas stations. Like, somewhere in Oklahoma, you can get. I've stopped in at casinos. I was on my way back to Iowa once, and I stopped in the casino in Oklahoma. I won like $60 in a couple of seconds, and was just like, okay, covers my gas here for the rest of the trip. So I couldn't have been in there for more than like 5 minutes. And congrats to all you Dogecoin holders here. We're going to the moon. We'll see how long this lasts. I don't know what to make of this, but it is really funny, though. I did not invest so much that I could totally like retire in, but I've had a really excellent return on investment. So it's nice to win one here for Mikey. Good things happening. All right. Oh, ace 6 versus ace 3. Miranda getting down to 36.5 tournament chips as Mike flops a 6. Miranda's only hope is backdoor diamonds or potentially pushing her opponent out of this hand. Or a potential chop here as well. Ernesto says just give Judy the 2200. That's very fun. Mike facing the all-in bet from Miranda and going to have to succumb here to the pressure as nice semi-bluff here. A little too much heat for second pair. Miranda using her image in kind, and will blast Mike right out of the pot. Does the Doge, yes. Says Ernesto, Gary K. Lambo's for everyone except me. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, I know people that just, like, barely had that much money on it, or some that put up a bunch, some that got it at, like, 1 cent, or... I have not sold any. I had a little bit when I was at 5 cents, just a little walking around money, but yeah, I'm not sitting this as like I knew this was going to happen. This is a smart investment, and like it was just one of those things that somebody told me when it was under a penny that it has a chance to take off. So put in like $150 or something like that, and now it's just continuing to be up around 34. So, what's going on, Jimmy Bluffett? What's going on, man? Good to see you out here. Out here in the TCH live streets. You should be coming out here on Mondays when we have our big shows. Big golf enthusiast. All right, coffee here with a raise after Miranda limps out of the small blind. Sizes up here to 30K. Could be potential problem spot here for coffee. He is going to take the free card. Good check, good check. Miranda's still here with the best of it. Stack to pot ratio of about 1. Going to put in about half her chips. And coffee going to go ahead and lay it down. Just not enough to draw to. And we'll continue here. TCH Live. Keep hammering home that like button. Let's see if we can get over a hundo here on the evening. Boy, Hillbilly in the chat. Many of your favorites hopping along here with us. As I think we've been talking about Loves. We've been talking about Buc-ee's. Yeah, normally when we start talking about truck stops, that is a dark road to start going down. But they're wonderfully safe places to be.
It's only going to happen so many times before he gets called.
Mike here with just above a min raise. Yep, not exactly a min raise here to 20K. And Judy has flopped a wheel with a straight flush redraw on top of it. And going to set the trap here yet again here for Mike.
I like you a lot.
You've seen some of them. Don't worry, the flop is going to be like 9-9-4. You're going to be dead.
Bet down here to 20K. All right. Space City Stunts says I'm on that Ethereum heavy. You're probably doing pretty well. I'm envious of some of those guys that got in on that very early and seeing where that's going. And that actually seems like it has legit technology behind it. Whereas, like, I just don't understand what's the appeal with Doge other than just kind of like a group of people are excited about it. Maybe that is the whole point. Like, you can create currency just out of a circulation of people that believe in it, whether or not it has a ton of practical uses or good tech behind it. But, well, you know, I'll tell you, that is the world we live in currently. Jay Cheris says Judy is rigged. Racer Nerd, I'll take a self-esteem boost. Nick from Yuma says turn on the TV for Steven on the porch. My God, Steven McIntyre in here. What's going on, dude? Deuces King 6 here for Tyler and Judy. 8 of spades here on the turn as Jimmy Blevinson. I was stuck on an island I'm back in Texas now. Come to Austin to see my brother soon. I'll hit you up. That'd be great.
I just love that. Was that the first hand we played?
Says I still got an ETH, but we're on the Omi train now. Excellent. Brutus Poker Vlog Dogecoin makes more sense than ETH. All right, if you say so. Yeah, I don't understand enough. I'm trying to like spend a little bit every day trying to learn something online, but it's tough if you're just like going through Twitter and there's not actual tangible information. It's just people going like Dogecoin to the moon. And I'm like, okay, but why is it good? Like why are we in this stage? Like, can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me where this is going? Where the jumping off point might be? I'm still curious on that. All right, Coffee here with a raise with 8-7 offsuit. Mike with less than 38.5 is going to move it in. He does have a slightly better hand than Coffee. Brutus Poker Vlog. Good tech, LOL. I'm getting chat pro'd to death here on crypto by our good friend Alan. So, all right, Jack 9 versus 8-7, and it looks like the run out. Oh, he flopped 2 pair, then river to boat. It is a good day to be Coffee, is it not? Brutus Poker Vlog, Ponzonomics. Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like. It goes where Elon Musk drives it. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, Stephen McIntyre. Mike, I'm leaving Key West in May, and I'll be at the TCH the second week of June. Is there something you want from Key West that I can bring? Nothing I could say that is probably appropriate. Just bring yourself, man. That's good enough.
That's just one chip.
Yeah, cool, Sawyer. Dogecoin is only useful. Now, it's a meme. People love memes, so we'll pump it for the sake of pumping. It is 100% a game of sell high. Don't be called bag only. That's what it seems like, but I think so. Now we are in the money. Each player at least will advance on to step 2. Next player to get eliminated will take home $770 bills, y'all. All right, 9-8 versus 6-3. Miranda turns a gutter ball. Checky. 3 ball here on the ends. Miranda pairs up as Brutus saying he speaks about Doge so he doesn't get in trouble talking Bitcoin.
She's got to stack my chips first.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. There seems like there's still some complexities to work through if he's going to start doing more transactions through that way. So, Ernesto, sandwich coin. We were always talking about like what other coin variants we could create here on TCH Live. Is it Steam coin, Chaz coin? What else we could? Other kind of knockoff cryptos can we use just through the poker community? Ethan Machin says, can you qualify in multiple cities? Yeah, you can. If you play in the Houston or Rio Grande Valley location, we do have that step series happening there as well. Fish coin says Hillbilly. Okay. No, you can buy a Tesla with BTC. Yeah, no, that's what I said. Dentacoin, my next favorite, is Bruta Poke. Okay.
I'd like to.
Super Producer coin. Carolyn coin, we could probably get that going. Brutus Poke of Luck, we need TCH Star NFTs. Yeah, hey, I don't know if there's any iconic images of me. Probably me in a chugging a stash IPA on the live stream or something.
How much?
Jimmy asking, is TCH planning any big series involving TCH, Dallas, and Houston? Well, I mean, we had the 500K guarantee tournament that, was it last week already, or was it the week prior, I think? Yeah, it was last week. God, we haven't been here on Sunday for a while, so I've done so much that it's like the weeks have zipped by quick. So we had the day 2 last. It was like 1,247,000 or 63,000 in the prize pool. All right. Tyler had flopped a jack. Miranda turns an ace. Brutus Poker Vlog. Who wants a Lottie coin? The nittiest coin on the market. Yeah, and if you didn't mess up, like we were talking earlier, Lottie spent the week out in Vegas and said some people recognize him on the table from TCH Live. So I think helpful information to them as. Let's see. We got Troll Spam 12399. Good luck with gambling. You will lose everything. You will not have enough to pay for rent or food. Losers. Awesome. We love your comment. Ethan, hell yeah, Sunday tournament poker. That was the most random comment I've ever seen. Miranda, though, picked up a couple of the Rockets. Coffee, just the standard opener here, four-handed. He's going to have to take it down. Or else I was going to have to fold and let Miranda take this one down. So, Jason Langley, I love the idea of a Tesla, but wanting to get rid of oil and gas at the same time. Watch out, you'll be walking. Yeah, again, I think I just don't know enough to be able to tell you either way. So it's just like, yeah, they all seem really cool. I don't know enough about all of it. Deep Run Judy, says Ethan. Mitch saying I could pay for a tent from gambling. I don't know. We got a vote coming up here in Austin. They might, if you tried to live here in a tent, you might not be legally allowed to. So we'll see how that works. Trying to vote on Prop A or Prop B. I have no idea where to stand on it. It doesn't seem like it helps anything if you vote for it, other than it just pushes the homeless problem here in Austin to the rural parts, and so, you know, you just have all these rich people feeling so uncomfortable. You're like, oh, you're sorry your gentrification has caused people to be homeless. You don't want to feel bad about it anymore because you got to see the homeless out there. Does it make you feel bad because your company that pays you all your money makes you feel bad to see homeless? So, okay. Coffee has picked up couple of freaking
Lady, hey, lady.
all right, okay, David. Coffee with a couple of ladies is an okay flop here for Miranda and Judy, but not one they're going to want to face this much pressure from a bet of 75K. And Coffee going to go ahead and take it down as we continue. Prop bet A and prop bet B. No, there's something on the ballot here. I think at the end of this month or so, or beginning of May 1st, there's going to be some vote here within Austin, which, yeah, I will stick to what I somewhat know, which is sports and poker, and I'll leave it at that, but. All right, Miranda opening here under the gun. Up to 29K. Coffee going to flat here with button with ace 4 suited. Judy most likely also going to come along. Unfortunately, a trashy hand here for Tyler, so he has no reason to continue. All right, so we're going to go 3 ways here. And ace, queen, a deuce, top pair for Coffee, gutter ball for Judy. Miranda maybe with some backdoors, and she will take the lead. Miranda bets. Coffee going to put in a raise. And going to go ahead and take it down as... All right. Jimmy Bluffett, who's winning the World Series. Dodgers again. I haven't been able to pay as much attention to baseball for... It's usually once we get into June that my attention starts to peak towards it once the NBA stuff gets done with. By all accounts, it seems like this is the most parity-driven season out of the early gates that we've seen in quite a while. So I could totally buy that, the Dodgers being the best team of this mix and getting a repeat title out of it. So
Why exactly?
yeah, somebody asking where would the 1%ers live. If you go west of town, it just sort of depends on what you're looking for. There are some, I think, that really love the downtown life, and there's some that just want to live out in the burbs, so they get a ranch-style living south or west as. All right, we got a small blind shove, though, here by Tyler. The rip into 155K. Miranda looking at ace-10 four-handed. It is going to be for a lot of her chips. Now, she ran into a spot like this earlier where Spilly shoved with like ace-queen, and she was in the blind here with ace-jack. The difference between that was it was 7-handed. Spilly was under the gun. And this is a small blind versus big blind four-handed where I can probably understand her reluctance in this spot because it's not perfect, but Tyler's not raised a ton of hands out of the small blind. I'm really surprised she didn't call, but it did represent pretty much all of her chips, so that may have leveraged her into making a fold.
We wanna talk a deal, or
I can't.
you can't?
No worries. Let's play out.
As we'll continue here on TCH Live. Let's see. This uprise is the Red Sox, 7 in a row. Yeah, the Red Sox appear to be surprisingly competent
Feel more comfortable with those playing two differently.
here this year. Hey, what's going on, David Dantes? Good friend Dave, Mr. Dante.
There's a compliment.
I think so.
You've seen him out here on the stream many a times.
I'm both happy to have me here.
Did the same thing when I played there.
Do what?
Check here by Miranda with Jack High. Coffee. Gonna bet the gutter butter. And Miranda gonna float here? Okay. All right, pairs up the 9. Must have knew it was coming because check, and then, oh, Coffee hits a 5. He's got a straight deuce to 6, and he probably is going to get paid off here because Miranda has top pair on this board. And there you go. Coffee is for closers. He got a free card there on the turn
Got 8, 16.
and was able to just smash the river like you should be smashing that like button right now. 73 likes. 335 of you awesome folks tuning in here on TCH Live, which we do every Sunday. Okay. Meta me hell. Howdy, guys. Don't have time to hang around for long, unfortunately. Dropped in for a few moments to say hi. We welcome you in. I imagine there's folks like that all the time that here for a couple minutes to check it out, maybe catch an anecdote here and there, see what's going on. Ernesto here in Portugal, Gypsies love the sprinters. That is my vote for random comment of the night. As Jimmy's saying, I play golf like 3 to 5 times a week. If I'm not day trading, I'm golfing. # rough life. I aspire to your lifestyle, sir. That sounds like a pretty good life here. The way. That's right. All right, let's continue here. Judy with the call out of the small blind. Tyler with ace-king. We had somebody here in the chat saying ace-king is a garbage hand. Must be just running like crap with it. Is going to rip it in. I don't think Judy's ever calling here, ever, so. We'll continue on TCH Live, Sunday edition. Mike Youngblood at Hoops Mike on Instagram, Twitter. Always getting new and random followers all the damn time. Follow us, tch.atx, or tch.dallas, or tch.htx, or tch.rgv. Stay on in the loop, and you can also search for us on Facebook as
Unless we accidentally get good hands. Which, let's be frank, would be an accident.
all right, let's go. Jimmy says the very swingy lifestyle. Yeah, I can't. I totally believe that. That is one that's got to take some mental courage to stay level-headed each and every day. And I imagine there's probably moments you're punting off your putter, hitting shit for no random reason. All right, coffee open. Then we get a min 3-bet here by Judy with ace 10 off. Coffee is priced in. We'll see what we get. Ace high here for Judy. Coffee has completely whiffed on this. And an easy check full, guys.
I'm just used to throwing them in.
Now we're right.
Matt Benjamin, you might want to take some of that 100K and pick up Mavis Beacon's typing course. Never bad idea to take a good typing course. Talking stonks, talking crypto. I don't understand most of it, but hey, dollar bills, y'all. That's what it's about.
Call 24.
All right, let's keep it moving on our Sunday edition. All right, Jack High board here, so coffee flopping the better of it. Miranda. Clay as base, as Doge as life. My man. Coffee bets, and we'll continue. So, okay, let's back and forth going on here amongst chat pros. Ethan, I saw an unidentifiable UFO. Yeah, there's been. I don't want to go too deep down the rabbit hole on stuff that has been, but I will say, like, if you want like a good, I think like the only legit TV series that has been run is Unidentified on the History Channel, if you can find it on demand. 2 really good seasons of info that was legitimately declassified and not. It's not kind of the hogwash type of BS stuff that you can get on YouTube. It's like actual defense experts and people within that are breaking down what all these crafts are like, some of the tendencies, where they found them. Big portion, I think, we found sighting off of San Diego and along that Pacific coastline. So, and they just go right into the water, too. That's the most crazy part about it that we didn't even think about before, is that these crafts just went into the sea, and that's where they're generally hiding. Okay, Judy going to race up with pocket tens. Coffee had called out of the small blind. Judy races out of the big blind. Coffee with a mountain of chips.
This is the best final 3 I've seen in a while.
All right, well, Coffee leading into this once we get our board scanned. Our boy Rooster here in the box. Judy making a call. We're still waiting to see what the board is reading out here as. Okay, so Coffee just tried to blast Judy off of this hand. Flexes muscles, let 50K. Judy calls. As a queen is checked back, and now here a 9. So
You're dead.
Judy's probably going to call here after that turn check. Nothing's making sense. As 10's way good for the call of Judy. And literally the call of Judy there with pocket 10's. Now going to be up to 488,000.
Okay, we're gonna play it out.
And tournament chips. Okay, beat somewhat decent to each other here in the chat. Jimmy Bluffett, Nick, you can look me up on Netscape, LOL. Okay, but we're 2 hours into our live stream, 81 likes, well, almost close to that 100 like mark. As
Small one's always going to be on the button. 816.
now I'm going to see, can we get a words or hearts update? No news is usually good news. I imagine Aaron's still hanging in that tournament out in Houston. I'm going to have to check with him if I'm going to be having a host that Thursday show, if he's going to be gone. So, boy, it's going to be a long week this week.
It's
Oh, they had a nice picture of Duncan from my daycare.
Thinking right.
Okay.
You did
That's
it right. I
sweet.
did not think very well.
Okay, here we go.
Check. Check.
Dun, 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 dun. King High versus King High.
That's 25. Called it.
Okay, here we go.
Bet is 57.
shoot.
And folds.
Ernesto, I used to goof on UFO people, not anymore. Yeah, and I think once the New York Times came out with that story, and the government has been a lot more like forthcoming on stuff that can be publicly shared.
Sir,
I don't know, because we're kind of being painted like, oh, this is what we do know or don't know, and it just kind of get the impression it's a little bit of hogwash. That's like, you probably have people that do know a lot of interesting things, but I'm just a guy that talks about poker. Like, what the hell else can I say? Mm-hmm.
You're 8.
Oh. Right, you don't get it right. So,
It's ace deuce versus ace four. Whoever's more aggro gonna take it. That's most assuredly going to be Judy.
The best favor ever, and just ended up right next to each other. So.
Right.
Take it down. Jimmy Bluffett, Youngblood, do you fly out to Houston to do these shows or simulcast from your house? This is in Austin, so I'm just here in the Austin studio. So there's never.
You look deep into my eyes. Nope, I'm out.
We have had some people
I'm sticking to it.
when we do this rare Sunday stream for the Poker Unicorns that will
I'm big, right?
do it by Zoom or Skype or something that can do it remotely. But typically any commentary done is done on site.
33 in the bit.
Momo, who is the one dislike? Ban him. Probably somebody from the lodge stream. Youngblood takes a helicopter from his penthouse. Yep, that's right.
17?
Coffee going to be forced to fold the 3 deuce and hope Miranda bubbles here, or like, not bubbles, as we have the top 5 pay as just their payout slightly. Matty J88. I thought I saw a UFO in college, and I remembered I also got a concussion in football the previous day.
Bet 50 fold.
That's tough when you got to even doubt yourself in that spot versus having people do it for you. But at least that shows some humility. You can accept that you might be wrong on that.
And count it up at the end.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, a race up here by Miranda with 5-4. Judy with not much more to have to call. It's 20K more and actually does have the better hand with Jack High.
Minus 8.
Your first act.
All right, we'll go heads up here between Judy and Miranda with a chance to knock out a player here. And that is a winner, chicken dinner for Jack High. We are now down to 3-handed currently. And we'll keep it going here as now the remaining players, Judy, Tyler, and Coffee is for closer, it says. Okay. Nick from Yuma, I'm sure a lot of people in this chat invest in stocks, not just play poker. Yeah, there seems to be There is some kind of correlation I think I see with people that tend to exist in this world also kind of have interest in that. So, yeah, I mean, so be it for poker players. They want to find more ways to make income streams and money. You know, this is a good avenue to do it. Yeah, I don't know anything about Prime Social. Houston right now seems like, well, that's all I ever hear is just like action, action, action. Like, it's just crazy out here. So that's. All right. Go Judy, says Racer Nerd. I don't hear too much about the Wall Street Bets guys stuff. I guess I haven't really paid as much attention to GME as of late, if that's still a thing or if that's just bowed out of the public zeitgeist. And
23.
Gary C., that Jake Paul fight was embarrassing. How can they fix a match so badly? And obviously, I didn't see it. I just started drinking until I was ready to pass out last night, so I did not care. Okay. All right, Judy in the blinds, coffee in the small. Boom. Coffee will take it down. Meta me hell. Stocks and crypto. Only stupid or broke people don't invest. If you don't have much, just invest what you can afford. Well, I mean, here's the thing. There are it. And, you know, I was studying to be a financial advisor, and I had a lot of conversations with my boss about this, and it says, not that, you know, there's rich or poor, there's just the ability here for people in the middle class is to lower middle class to be able to, A, have income available and methodology and avenues to be able to do so. Has gotten a little bit more difficult over the years because people aren't doing companies don't do pensions anymore. It's just way too costly. You know, some companies will do 401ks and things like that. So it's one thing to be like, well, you should take your own responsibility, and there are some things where like companies just used to have that as a thing built in, which I don't think we really will anymore unless you or really high up in a Fortune 500 company or something like that. So either way, Judy bets and folds. Yeah, I don't know why this dude is coming in here trying to impress us all, but nonetheless, let's have fun here, guys. It is Sunday. You're about to step into the Monday world. You got only a little bit of time before your weekend is over with. Let's make this a happy, good time. All right, coffee going to put in the raise. So next player to get knocked out will take 1,000, second 1,450, first 2,170. Again, each player that has been in the money here will advance to step 2. Our monthly main event starting at 2 p.m. next Sunday, the 20K guaranteed single re-entry, $365 tournament. And we invite you to join us here as Mikey Luke live within your means, dollar cost average. You're welcome.
48.
Coffee was just raw aggression here out of the blinds. He's going to go ahead and take it down. All right.
Yeah, assuming the
Okay, Judy wrote Alberto's Harley tonight. She won't give it back. It's very funny. Somebody's saying, okay, Gary K. Mike, Judy needs a glass. You can't make her drink wine out of a plastic cup. I don't know. Does the glass make you classy, or does the person make you? I don't think you can tell Judy what to do ever. Jedi Master Ted, it's never ghosts either. What about, you know what George Carlin used to have a bit on? It's like, what about goblins? Nobody ever talks about goblins anymore. It's all bullshit ghosts. He had obviously a longer rant, but I'm not like other shows, and I just blatantly rip off other people with no intent of giving credit, so. Here we go. We got to raise up by coffee with a couple of ladies. Judy here with the Queen 5 offsuit. Going to call the min raise. Yeah, Hillbilly, Judy is his cousin. That's how we gained our friend Hillbilly here in the chat. Judy missing on this board. Standard bet here for coffee as two of the bigger chips going to take it down. As again, our Sunday tournament final table on TCH Live. We do this each and every Sunday. Stream 6 nights a week. 3 in Austin, 3 in Dallas. Again, Sunday, Monday, Thursday here in Austin. Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. Talking about comedians here. Carlin, respect. Stephen Wright, says Ernesto. Yeah, there are a lot of new comedians, and yeah, but Robert Pape is a big fan of Tim Dillon. I think we'll have Pape here in the booth tomorrow night. Matt Benjamin says Jimmy Carr. Yeah, Jimmy Carr is really funny too. For me, it's like Bill Burr, Doug Stanhope. As far as like my top pantheon of like guys that legitimately like I just love listening to. Well, what's the dude? I'm just spacing here a little bit, but either way, another pot going to coffee continues to be on the rampage here on TCH Live. Oh, John Mulaney. Love John Mulaney. He's goofy and kind of weird and legit character. Like, he just makes me laugh, man. Australian comedian, Jim Jeffries is probably what you're thinking of. Jimmy. All right, Judy here with Ace King. So we continue to battle it out here for the right to move. On to the step 2. Then if you do win step 2 next week, go on to the semi-annual event. And we've got a shove here by Tyler. It could be bad news for him. Insta call by Judy, a chance to knock out an opponent and get us here to heads up. Ace King versus Ace 6 3-handed. And an open-ended straight draw. Here for Tyler. He is going to miss. The call of Judy. Dominating yet again. And a clash of titans here, heads up. 2 fan favorites, 2 legends. Coffee versus Judy. Will this be the 3rd W for Jeff Coffee here on our tournament streams? He might have had another one, too, that I've totally forgotten about, but he's one of the only multi-time tournament winners on our live stream. But Judy could put the kibosh on that, and I know many out here at our TCH crowd pulling for Judy. All right, who do you think's going to win? We go press 1 for Judy, 2 for Coffee. Who's your vote here? Heads up. It's very much neck and neck. Your pick to click or your pick. to run better. Mikey Luke says Judy has 666K. Just saying.
1 yellow and 3 pink, and then 1 pink and 3 yellow.
Judy is not the devil. She's a very nice lady.
I'm trying to do that. I'm even stacking them up wrong.
Press 3 for Naked James. Yeah, not a real big fan of that guy.
We got 7. What's the next level? Can you see?
Be 10 and 20.
Okay, that'll be easy.
Yeah.
All right, a straight flush draw down here for Coffee, Gutter Bowl, and Jack High, both with perhaps Coffee going to win it here if he just goes out and bets.
Call 16.
There you go. Coffee with some aggression taking it down. Playing with some really good feel here. So Gary K says, I want to root for Judy, but the coffee is too hot. Moose Duty, War Eagle, Maritime Law. Joining us here in the chat amongst our legends and regulars, including my #1 fan, Bob, joining us. What's going on, buddy? Coffee here with King Jack and going to draw the fold here from Judy. So Coffee with the slight advantage here is, what are we at? 8K, 16K. Blinds going up every 25 minutes. And Sanjay, we are going to put you in timeout. So bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let's see. All right, let's keep it going here. Heads up. Judy here with pocket queens. Coffee with 5 high, so he cannot call the all-in. Yeah, he may put that person in hiding, too. All right, we'll keep it moving. Shane Walker says, Queen Judy about to dub. The Walker family out here supporting the cause for the call of Judy. I would have to get ATX Poker in here. He's got to be... He's got to be watching.
I'm 75, so, I'm sorry, so that's a big.
Maybe we can get him on in here and join us, chat pros. All right, Coffee raising, Judy calling, a gutter ball for Judy, or 6 and 5, or still live.
The total is 53?
Yes.
Okay.
What part of South Carolina?
It's Warren Sumter.
Okay.
You know where that is?
I do not. Would it be rude not to say okay?
All right, so producer Carolyn joining us here as always. Join us tomorrow night here for our Monday 5-10 game. If you're ever interested in playing that game or our Thursday game, email us at tchlivelist@texascardhouse.com.
It's not west.
Or else you can text that number 512-843-1971. Sounds like one of those old 80s commercials. I wonder what those people used to get that would voice jingles and stuff.
I don't have an ace.
And send it out to your local adult contemporary station.
Boom. Yeah. I'm getting.
Judy gonna call. Coffee gonna check.
Yeah.
ATX Poker. Let's go. I knew you'd pop in here. We got 2 pair here for Coffee.
No, hey, Jordan, is there no secret? Jordan.
I'm going to go ahead and take it down. ATX says, how's Dunks? He's good. Got a day of daycare in while I nap for the entirety of this afternoon between 1 and 5. I just slept like all day today. And just... So he got all of his playtime in while I was able to get some Z's in. Let's keep it going here. The man, the myth, the legend, one and only Mike. Thank you to Set Media. At Dude Talking, have you seen Sebastian Maniscalco stand up? I think I have. It's not jumping off the top of my head, but I definitely recognize the name and the dude for sure. Like neck and neck now here between Judy and Coffee. Racer Nerd, she will adjudicate them. Very good. Ethan, Pluto is a planet. Stop hating. Ethan, a.k.a. Jerry Smith.
Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer.
Yep, that's... All right, 8-4 versus King 9. Winner.
Probably Judy.
I think there was other... Okay, Meta Me, Hell... With the numbers of planets out there, the math says that we are 100% probability long before that we have gone through all the suited planets. I think the best theory I ever heard was it may not be possible for actual living creatures to be traveling the distance and the speed, so people send like android kind of like robots through the many of light years that it would probably take to be able to travel around the galaxy. So, I mean, that's one theory. Churchly's body commentator sounds bored as... I'm just tired, man. I'm not bored. That's not boredom here, but it is grind week. We have had a very busy month of April, so I am getting through with my good friend Rain Energy Drink, the solver of all of my problems. All right, V here in the chat. What's going on, lady? Jimmy Bluffett, Mike, you must send me a cool TCH Austin hat, Venmo. I'll hit you up on Twitter. Yeah, I could probably organize that here for you. Let me see. Yeah, I'll hit you up on Twitter and I'll see if we can line that up for you, friend. See what kind of colors you want, and maybe we can... No, I think that is a potential missing revenue stream here for us as an online shop for all of our TCH gear. Going to have to get on the case.
But guess what? Now it's easy. Now you just flip them, and then we can...
George Lee's bodies and Naked James to travel light speed. I wonder if he would stiff the people who would be traveling with him, too. So, call me Medi. It's easier for you, too. Only beings of a higher dimension could be traveling such distances. Yeah, most likely. Alrighty. 8 deuce versus ace king.
They got to be smashed up and all of them. Right.
Don't do that to me.
Okay.
Judy now going to put in the pre-flop 3-bet, and I imagine Coffee is just going to go ahead and step on out. Okay. Damn, I forgot you guys still have to wear masks out there. Well, yep. All right, ATX Poker, everyone having a good night. I popped in to say hi and leave a like for Mike. What a guy. What a guy, ATX Poker. The Jontourage. Good buddy. Did a huge favor picking up my dog from daycare. I'm sure dog's made a heck of an impression, so that's good. Racer Nerd Mike, please make TCH logo Ninja Stars.
Nothing nefarious.
Hillbilly hardly find a mask in Alabama now.
Oh, yeah. I'll see y'all later.
I can make it a joke, but I like it, Hillbilly, so I'm not going to. You need a mask and a trailer. Way to go, Bob. That's where I was aiming for. COVID had to get a vaccine from Judy, says Ethan. Very good. Jimmy Bluffett is Rain Energy Drink. Hold on, it's REIGN.
So this is 100.
First. That doesn't seem like a chemical that's probably in there. not as if I look up here and I go, oh, yeah, potassium citrate. That's good. Okay. Heads up here still between. All right. Yeah, this is pretty good. Like, you can find, again, sugar-free energy drinks with a ton of caffeine. It basically fuels me through every broadcast I do. So, aliens wouldn't see humans yet. If there are millions of light years away, the Earth they observe us from millions of years ago, they would have no idea we're here. Well, I mean, you have to accept some spectrum of technology we might not recognize. So, there are some people that think this is all interdimensional, and they've tapped into the elements that allow people or beings to be able to travel through wormholes and stuff like that. But potential problem spot here for Coffee. Judy here with an ace with a better kicker. Backdoor diamonds. Coffee here with an ace and a 5. Looking to either 2-pair up. And Judy's hand gets even stronger. It does open up some 2-pair odds to chop. And a 5 on the end. Coffee here with the best of it. Judy is not going to lose her mind here. But is going to see she got really unlucky. And again, there's plenty of things. A 7, a 4. Could have paired up to chop the pot outright because they'd have 2-pair with a queen. Coffee pulling ahead here yet again. Bump, 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 bump.
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Hillbilly, there you go again, Mike. That's why I was saying, like, I was going to make that joke. I know it's the low-hanging fruit, and I know not everybody in Alabama does, but you got to admit, like, if you're going to call out Iowa for being just like something but cornfields, like, we're going to make jokes that people in Alabama don't have teeth and all live in trailers, even though we know that's not true. Okay, Maddie says, we have solved time travel. In theory, for us, it isn't possible, but what if there are life forms that have developed for millions of years ago, longer than us? Or they might have stuff on their planets that you can actually use as materials and operate at a different sensory that is the other thing. Is so some people think they're, like, hidden because we don't have the senses to be able to pick up what, in theory, other creatures might have. I don't know. There's so much ambiguity here to it that I'm not going to sit there and say, like, I understand. I'm like anybody else here, just reading, speculating, trying to make sense of it. But Coffee here with a raise up here to 43K. Judy going to make the call. Matty J, I time traveled once, my first dab experience. Woke up 3 hours later with no recollection of time or space. That seems about right. All right, Kinks. All right, 9-9 ace. Cameron Lucas says higher dimensions might have time as a physical dimension. That could be true. I don't know. I've seen a lot of Doctor Who. Anything is possible. Coffee going to make a C-bet. Going to go ahead and take it down here with Judy. Is completely bricked on this. All right, we got 93 likes. Let's see if we can get it past a hundo. And we need your help. Smash that like button for Mikey, Carolyn, Junior Producer Seth. Do it for us all. And we'll all take TCH live. Here to the moon. $10-4 versus 7-6 here, heads up. Playable hand for Judy for sure. She can take many rounds with this if she just wants to limp. Include some hands in her limping range. That Coffee will not just completely blast off. And all right, let's get ourselves a flop here, dealer. Jimmy Bluffin, I'm looking into your Rain Energy. I'm looking for a, quote, healthy energy drink alternative. Bones recommended me a good one here that I've had before, but I think it's called, like, Celsius. That's pretty good. It's not so chalky or chock full of syrupy goodness. It's relatively light. I mean, a lot of these are very low cal, but again, I have really no idea how some of this stuff works for your gut health. So, all right. It was a joke, but damn, I'm gone. Thanks for popping in here, Hillbilly. Ernesto, my energy drink is Bushmills. You're the man. You are the man here. So, Gary K, if they are advanced alien visitors, they will take a look at us, laugh, and fly away. Well, that was the thing. Everybody who ever said they had an encounter said they were very emotionless beings that didn't react in any way. So I don't think they would just turn around and laugh. I just think they would have a thought and I don't know, whatever. Brain fuel. Yeah, the CBD market is full. The energy drink market is full. I stay away from taurine. Bad for your heart. Let's see. Is taurine in here? Is it in? Searching. Damn it. Everything is bad for you, too. Like, you literally can't breathe your own damn air. It's bad for you. But if you do intense breathing processes, it's good for you. Okay. Everything is bad. Nothing is good. Except for our live stream channel. I think that's the only good thing that we cherish left here in the world. And all of our chat pros. You are the epitome of what I admire and respect the most. There are no flaws in a chat pro. They are a perfectly created human being, all-knowing, all-wise, the hottest wife, the best car, the best financial strategy, multiple bracelet winners. There are no people quite like our chat pros, and that's why we love you guys. Mike Jameson here with an interesting thought. Matt, death is inevitable. Time is finite. Do what you love. Healthy or not? Most likely. All right, big hand potentially developing here. Coffee, button raise up to 53K, the call of Judy. Here with King Jack. See if she decides to put in a 3-bet here or just take a flop with it. Yep, she is just going to call the 37K more. Let's go heads up. Jimmy, yeah, that's right. You're not just a chat pro. You're a Twitch Global mod pro. And I'm sure we could trust you if we do need to extend our moderation to a degree because it's gotten a little out of control. And I can't monitor the chat always, especially with all the shenanigans happening in Dallas. All right, East 9 versus King Jack. Coffee going to go ahead, bet his hand. Oh, no, Judy shoves. Judy's going to have to get really lucky here. Runner, never funner. A 5 and a 10. And congratulations to Coffee. He is our 7K guaranteed Mega Stack Freeze-Out winner. Congrats, her Coffee. Our third, I think this is the third final table, third or fourth that he has taken down here on a TCH Live. Coffee, the Crusher, TCH OG. And that is going to wrap things up. Judy trying to bluff off. And, you know, had Coffee not had an ace, it probably would have worked extremely well, but not going to pay off for her there. She finishes in second place. But they will all advance on to Step 2. We hope to see you Sunday, next Sunday for the monthly main event. Join us tomorrow night for 5:10 No Limit. Thank you, Super Producer Carolyn, to all you tuning in. In the words of the great Mike Sexton, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters. Good night, y'all.